Our grip tightens around the black heart of Berlin. The Fuhrer demands all to shed their last drop of blood in its defense. The old, the young, the weak. If they stand for Germany, they die for Germany. Building by building, room by room, one rat at a time.
Dimitri, are you ready?
Töten Sie mich nicht!
He wants mercy. You do not deserve mercy.
What mercy did you show to our people?
Die.
Wait! He may help.
Help us. He can die for us. Mudak! This is not war. This is murder. This is how you end a war, Cherno. This is madness. Our rockets are tearing the city apart. Get inside.
Stop! Move quietly. Take them by surprise.
Die russischen Soldaten rücken immer weiter vor.
Wir sind fast vollständig umsingelt.
Unsere Lage ist aussichtslos.
Ist das, was ich den General erklären sollte?
Das sollte dem General eigentlich...
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Call of Duty World at War Let's Play. Today we continue our assault with Eviction.
Sie fürchten, die Russen könnten versuchen, auf diesem Weg den Königsplatz zu erreichen.
Alrighty, so we were able to kind of take out the main guy there. Obviously got a gentleman all the way down there, a couple of guys over here. I do really like the high rate of fire that this weapon offers, considering that it does give us a little bit of versatility when it comes to killing these guys so easily. Now let's continue to move up and see what we're going to find down the hall over here. Looks like a guy that's trying to retreat, a couple more guys over there, and obviously we're going to take that guy out without really having to worry too much. Slowly but surely, we're going to check all of our corners, making sure everything's looking okay. Obviously, got a gentleman all the way down there. However, again, kind of line up that beautiful headshot here real fast. Now, we're going to continue to creep around just so that everybody doesn't quite know where we're at every particular moment. Looks like these guys are still on the lookout.
My comrades show no mercy.
Your
Alright, so we did happen to rescue one of our friends over there. Now, of course, a couple more gentlemen over there. Ooh, we got a lot of reinforcements actually pushing over to the middle side over here. A couple of good shots down there. Took a little bit of fire. However, it looks like we are pretty resilient to bullets, which is always a good thing to see. Obviously want to get that guy off that machine gun over there, because I feel like he's probably shooting at our comrades, and that's just unacceptable behavior. That dude has a really, really bad time with aiming, so obviously his time came. I'm going to continue to kind of check out everything over here. We do have a gentleman all the way down there. Did line up a pretty good headshot, though. I will give ourselves a little bit of props on our ability to kind of line that up with iron sights. As you guys can see, we got a lot of guys all the way over there. Just a little measly pistol as our secondary. However, we are kind of in a really bad spot right now, considering that, as you guys can see, we took a lot of damage from that Panzer. Obviously, we don't want these guys kind of rocking any more Panzers and shooting them at us. It looks like we did quite a bit of damage to him, though. Now, of course, our little measly submachine gun, unfortunately, is not going to be able to pierce that wall, so we're actually going to have to be pretty accurate this time around. Looks like they are reinforcing this area just a little bit over here. However, I'm going to continue to creep up a little bit. Obviously, kind of snuck up right on those guys, considering that they really weren't expecting us to be right there, it looks like. Let's get a quick reload in here real fast, just in case. Obviously, like we've talked about, it's never really a bad idea to be fully prepared for combat. Going to continue to check all of our corners over here. We're looking okay, not seeing a whole lot of action just yet. However, as we work our way down the staircase down here, I think we're actually going to end up finding quite a bit more.
Stay low! The smoke can steal your breath. I can barely see! I can hardly breathe! Complaining will not help. Just keep low.
In Stalingrad, Dmitri and I go through many smoke-filled buildings.
Do you hear him complaining?
Did see a little bit of shadows over there, as you guys can see. Quite a bit of guys. We got some bookshelves and stuff. Obviously, the Germans are attempting to use those as a source of cover. Actually going to switch over to this rifle over here so that we can kind of line up some better shots, because we're having some difficulties with our submachine gun just a little bit. Obviously, we also have some additional stopping power now, so we can kind of do a little bit more damage to these guys. Kind of lining up those quick little snipes real quick, kind of lining them up here. Get a beautiful little headshot on that guy. Now, let's see. It looks like there might be a guy all the way down there, as you guys saw. We just took his head clean off. He's obviously not going to be needing that anytime soon, and he's such a disgrace because, you know, he got headshotted. What a terrible German. His Reich would be so disappointed with him. Alright, we got reinforcements actually pushing up. Let's actually knock that down. However, I'm actually going to check over here because I did hear somebody kind of making some noise. Obviously taking a little bit of fire. We're going to get a quick reload in here real quick. It looks like we do have some Russians that are helping us out a little bit by kind of reinforcing the area. Obviously a German all the way down there, and obviously going to mow that dude down. As you guys can see, a couple of guys outside. Looks like we do have some privates, all kinds of guys over there, which is always a good thing to see, because we actually have a little bit of reinforcements with us. Man, that dude just got caught in between a bunch of crossfire. He ain't going to be surviving. We may actually have to switch over to an MP40 or something. So we're actually running incredibly low on ammo at the moment. Looks like we were able to get rid of all those guys. Switch over to one of these German MP40s with that beautiful German engineering that they were so well suited for when it came to the war, which ultimately kind of became frustrating for all the other factions. MP40 is actually pretty powerful. As you guys saw, we did have some panzer fire, which is always a little concerning. Let's actually get those guys taken out of those windows over there, just in case they're kind of protecting some guys. A little difficult to see all these guys, though, so I might actually have to work our way a little bit more over to see if we can kind of gain a line of sight on these guys. That dude is all the way back there. I felt like I just sniped him, but must not have been a good enough shot, though. Alright, we got to switch over to our MP40 here. Start mowing these guys down a little bit. Definitely need to kind of get over here with our friends. Get some cover here real quick so we can continue to proceed up. Obviously, we kind of left our tanks in kind of a sticky predicament. Alright, so as of the moment, we got an objective update. I'm actually going to jump through here real quick.
Make sure they are all dead. Kill them all! Wipe the scum from the streets! Chernov! What is going on?
These men are trying to surrender!
Look around you, Chernov. Do you think these men will be denied their revenge? That comes only two ways. Fast or slow. Chernov, you should learn from Dmitri. He understands the nature of mercy killing.
Quickly! Into the metro! This way!
Split up! Cover both platforms!
Destroy!
Man, that dude actually got a pretty good pre-fire there on us. He was already ready for us. We didn't even have the opportunity to clear that corner before we took a little bit of extra damage. Looks like we have a guy over there. Obviously got a couple of guys that are reinforcing the area over here. Try to get a good shot on that guy. Basically gonna one-tap that dude as well, so definitely not too bad, but it looks like we might have some guys that are attempting to reinforce the right-hand side as well. Alright, so as of the moment, we're actually going to try to sneak over on the left-hand side. Obviously, our sneaking technique didn't quite work when you have a guy like that dude that's pretty well prepared for anything that we were going to throw at him. However, that does not stop us from being able to shoot some of these other guys on the side, though. Let's try to get a little bit of cover. Obviously, we got a friend here blocking our angle a little bit, which is making us kind of a little bit more restricted to moving. But that only lasted for a short span of time. However, we need to continue to move up just so that we can kind of put the pressure on these guys. Alright, we got to get a quick reload in here real quick, but luckily the MP40 actually is pretty generous with its reload times. Shooting that poor guy in the knees. He used to be an adventurer like everybody else, but then he took a bullet to the knee. Trying to slowly peek these corners here, but obviously these guys are pretty good shots. You know, they're using those rifles to full effect. Gonna take this guy out, try to peek this corner one more time, see if we can take a couple more of these guys out real quick. Obviously that dude's pretty crippled, but as of the moment, we do need to get a quick reload in real fast. Gonna slowly move up and see what lies above, considering that I'm guessing a staircase might be somewhere over here, or maybe we'll find our way to the end of the tunnel. Got to get some fire on those guys. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be a big fan of that. Try to pre-fire that a little bit with that fire, but obviously there's so much water there that we did not have the ability to set those guys on fire. Seems like most of our Russian brethren over here are actually taking most of the fire at the moment, so obviously it does make our life a little bit easier, considering that all we have to do is kind of continue to shoot these guys.
Look out! Got it! Like